my little town. I grew up
Welcome back, Santa Clarita. I'm here in studio with Mayor Bob Keller and City Manager Ken Striplin, and we're here to talk about all things Santa Clarita, some of the issues facing us. And first, I'd like to talk about a little bit about the show. We're going to be doing this once a month to kind of spotlight what's happening in Santa Clarita and with the people who kind of make this city happen. First off, Mayor Keller, can you talk to me a little bit about what you see your role is as mayor? This is now your third term in office?
Third occasion as mayor. I'm in my 13th year on the council. And, the mayor takes kind of the lead role for that year that you are mayor in kind of guiding and working with the city council. Certainly, there's more expectation that the mayor is going to be a variety of activities and events in the community representing City Hall. But also the truth of the matter is the mayor has no greater authority than his fellow council members, the way we're structured, which, by the way, this system has been working very well for us. So I'm honored to be the mayor this year. There's a few things that I've wanted to accomplish that are probably a little more available to me than just as a city councilman. As an example, we're having the town hall meeting series. But all in all, it's an honor to be the mayor, and I'm very much looking forward to the year.
So it's kind of a guiding, as opposed to agenda setting per se. You're just kind of, keeping an eye on things and obviously being a presence throughout the city, like you were saying with your town hall meetings.
Exactly. The city manager, Ken Striplin, and I, we come together on obviously an ongoing and regular basis, talking about things that are current, that are important to get accomplished, making sure that we're working effectively together. It's critically important that we all work as a team and understand the priorities. We focus on the priorities and all of the things that need to be accomplished for our community. And honestly, I'm going to share with you. Just this morning I had coffee with one of our citizens that's over in Friendly Valley. And he made a comment to me. He says, Bob, I moved here in '91 with my wife. He said, the smartest thing we ever did was come to Santa Clarita. He said, this has been such a phenomenal community for us to live. And he said, I just can't imagine having gone anywhere else. We are so pleased. When I hear people talk like that, do you think it doesn't make me feel good to hear those kinds of comments? Sure. And I know that we've been able to accomplish this because we have very effectively been working together since cityhood for 25 years now. And we got a remarkable city manager. We've had excellent leadership in the past, and we're going to continue to do what we know is the right thing to do for our families.
And perfect introduction for City Manager Ken Striplin. 17 years, I believe you've been with the city. Correct me if I'm wrong there.
Mm-hmm. That's correct. I've been in the community for 17 years and at the city organization for 17 years.
And I think one of the strengths of this area has been it's kind of reliable, it's kind of consistent. Long-term presences such as yourself have been able to kind of keep that guiding hand. Talk to me a little bit about your role with the city and what you see as your goals now that you are the city manager. You came from the assistant city manager position.
Yeah, that's correct. I served in the organization for 17 years, and about 8 or 9 years of that was as the assistant city manager. And you talk about continuity and kind of the steady force in the community, and between the city council members and the tenure that they've had on the council and the leadership that they've really demonstrated, as well as the fact that we've had, I'm only the third city manager in 25 years, which is really remarkable for a city management profession as you look at how often some cities turn over city managers. So the continuity, I think, has really been a benefit to the community and really has helped keep the original vision and I think qualities that people expected in the community going in the right direction. And for me, it's really an honor to be the third city manager. It's a pleasure to have my first year as a city manager working with Mayor Bob Keller. He always does a phenomenal job and really does, he kind of underplays a little bit of it, but really the mayor has a very tough job. And it's part of it is leading the city council through the city council meetings and all that entails, but also really working very closely with me to make sure that, like he mentioned, the goals and the objectives of the city are all being carried out through me and through the tremendous staff that we have at the city.
I know you worked a long time under the previous city manager, Ken Polskamp. What types of things did he kind of teach you about this position, and what do you kind of look to take with that going forward?
I did. I had the opportunity to work with Ken for all 17 years. He was there, longer than I was. He was there for 25 years. So over the years, I had the opportunity to learn a lot of good things from him. One of I guess two of the things that I've really taken from him. One is the ability to work with the city council, and I think Ken had a style that was very conducive to working with 5 different people and helping to shape the needs of the city council, but also trying to address the individuality of the city council members. And I think he did a good job of balancing all of that. The other thing that I learned from Ken, and is very much instilled in the way that I manage the city, is the fiscal approach to how we deal with the operations. And I can tell you that one of the things that's best served this community is the fiscal approach. And the fact that the council has been very supportive and really a leader in making sure that we are fiscally conservative, and that as we make decisions that are for the long-term good of the city and that keep us in the fiscal position that we're in today.
Now, are there anything maybe you see a little different approach from the city manager Ken Polskamp as far as what you take and learn from him?
One of the things that's a little bit different, and I think every city manager has a different style, but one of the things that I've really emphasized with the staff and talked to the mayor about is community engagement. And one of the things that the staff will really be focused on over the next year is really looking at how do we engage the community on issues, projects, and just day-to-day operations of the city. So I think you'll see an enhanced version of public participation. It's great, like I mentioned, having Mayor Keller here, starting out his term as mayor by announcing the need and the desire to have town hall meetings. And I think that really plays into what we're trying to accomplish internally as an organization, to make sure that we reach out to the community and make sure that we are really addressing what their needs and desires are.
And what are some of the benefits that you see from that as far as so far? I know that there's already been one town hall meeting. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Our first one was in the community of New Hall. And we had a good turnout of citizens, good interaction. As the city manager indicated, the purpose of the town hall meeting is not only to inform and update on issues to that specific area of our town, but also it is to get feedback from them. So we work very hard to try and establish a good dialogue. And it's a relaxed atmosphere. It's a little intimidating to go to a city council meeting and up there and hear your name called and get on a microphone. But in a town hall meeting configuration, people are much more comfortable, and they know that there's not a clock running and necessarily TVs and things of this kind going. So it's easier for them. And this is important, that we hear from the citizens and address their concerns. And I don't care if it's the pothole that the city manager talked about, or if it's the park expansion, but citizens, amazing the things they'll bring forward you didn't even think about.
The smell of the water.
There you go, the smell of the water the other night. But you know what? That's a real deal for those folks. And we've already had good contact with the New Hall Water District and finding out what the circumstances are and to get some corrective action taken.
And we're going to talk a little bit more about those kind of issues when we get back from our break. This is Perry Smith at the City Spotlight at AM 1220 KHTS, and come back after we pay some bills. Santa